A horror story of snakes invading homes is horror. Snakes are among the most terrifying creatures that live on the surface of the earth, and certainly no one likes to approach them at all or even live in an area close to snake nests, but at times and for unknown reasons snakes crawl towards urban areas to settle in some inhabited houses, and we will tell a collection of stories in which snakes inhabit residential areas. Snake invasion of a nursing home. In the Manitoba Home for the Elderly, specifically in the year 2009 AD, some residents of the home noticed the presence of snakes in separate areas of the house such as the kitchen, in the corridor, and inside the fireplace, and the snakes appeared in front of the residents of the home without fear, as if they were challenging them, so that one of the residents of the house said that a snake fell on top of his shoulder from the ceiling while he was sitting reading, and the inmates complained a lot to the owner of the house, who said that the snakes had found their way into the house through the ventilation holes, and that he would try to find a solution to get rid of them. But unfortunately he did not move any finger, and the inmates also discovered that the snakes were living in this place for a very long time and that the owner of the place knows it very well, and the helpless inmates of the house still suffer from the problem of the presence of snakes, which causes them constant terror. Snakes invade Jeff and Judy's house. Jeff and Judy have been searching for a suitable home to start their lives for a long time, and finally they think they have got the right home in Annapolis, Maryland, USA, to include the couple and their young child who has not yet reached his 4th year, but they did not know that their dream would turn into a nightmare due to an unexpected reason at all. Which is the snakes, where a large group of snakes invaded the house that they bought, and the first person to notice the presence of snakes in the house was the young child. After that, Jeff and Judy began to notice the appearance of other black snakes in different areas of the house. The life of the family has turned into hell, and the dream house has turned into a house of terror. The couple tried to seek the help of a company that specializes in dealing with snakes, but they told them that the problem is greater than they imagined, as a large number of snake nests are located below the house and within its walls, and that to get rid of this number they have to demolish it. The house was completely removed from its rubble and the site was left empty for a long time until this large number of snakes escaped. The couple had no choice but to leave the house and leave after they spent more than $50,000 trying to get rid of the snakes, and they filed a lawsuit against the previous owner of the house, because he deceived them and sold them a house inhabited by snakes, and they demanded in the lawsuit to pay compensation of $2 million, for what happened to them damages in addition to the recovery of the price of the house. The story of snakes invading an entire residential complex. It seems that Jeff and Judy's house is not the only house that was colonized by snakes, but there is an entire apartment building that was occupied by snakes. Paul Roberson and his wife bought a new apartment in one of the residential complexes, but after a short period they noticed a snake in the apartment, and soon they discovered that snakes invade the entire building, and that all the residents of the building have seen one or more snakes inside their homes, and that one of those snakes has bitten a 7-year-old child. And when the residents complained to the landlord, he did not show any interest in solving this problem, so Paul decided not to pay the rent for the apartment, so the landlord kicks out the snakes, but the landlord decides to kick Paul himself out of the building and leave the snakes behind. Share the story.